questions?
Just type of game you'd expect, man. I mean, just a battle, 4 quarters, back and forth. You know what to expect. They're an excellent team. Very complete, and obviously have a ton of experience. And I thought that experience showed itself late. Obviously with Hayes, a 5th-year senior, and Rivers and James, seniors, just their experience, I thought, really shone through. And just came a little bit short. I mean, there's certainly, it's frustrating for the result. You obviously want to win every game that you play, but I'm proud of my group. We grew a lot tonight. We kind of took that first punch in the first quarter, and you're kind of thinking like, okay, are we going to steady ourselves? And the response in that second quarter, I thought, was really good to see as a coach. And then down the stretch, they made the shots they needed to, and got open ones that didn't. And guys, sometimes the game's as simple as that. I mean, we like to write complicated things. What happened at the end of the day, they made shots in the fourth when they needed to. We didn't, and hopefully we can learn from it. Obviously, the week goes on, and we got a short week this week for the game on Thursday, so we'll try to get back on the winning track.
Open up for questions. Start with Mark.
Yeah, Coach. One really strong defensive quarter. That 3 sort of weaker ones. What do you think made it challenging to keep that sustained defensive pressure up, especially through the second?
There's probably was a lot of things as I'm remembering. I thought we let them get out of transition, and they're really talented in transition. That was some of it. I don't know if that was every quarter, but I think they had 14 transition points in the first quarter, very early in the second quarter. And so a big part of that first quarter was that, just like running. It says they had 36 fast break points, right? So the way to beat a good defense is don't let it get set. And that's not a secret. That's a known thing. So we just didn't get it set enough. I thought when we got it set, we were pretty good, but we weren't able to get it set enough. And so we've got to work on that.
Coach, what was just your assessment on trying to slow down Xavier James, who came off a season low last game with 7 points and dropped 36 today, trying to slow her down a little bit? What was just your assessment of trying to just change the game plan and slow the whole thing down completely?
Yeah, I mean, she makes tough shots. I think when she gets going like that, I mean, she's had games like that. I mean, I don't know if she's had the point total high, but she's had a lot of games like that over her career. She's a talented scorer. When she gets going, it's difficult if you want to, keep making shots tough for her. But a lot of her stuff was transition. A lot of her stuff was getting. Then when she got that going in, then the half-court stuff started happening. But a lot of it was off the attack. And she did a good job of one-on-one, breaking down and getting to the
Coach, you talked a lot about NC State's leaders, but kind of talk a little bit about your leaders in high caliber games like this and physical games, how important it is to defend without foul.
Yeah, I don't think it'll serve me or anybody in here for me to talk about the fouls. So, let's leave it at that.
Coach, can you talk about how your team was able to answer at such a fast pace for every point that NC State made, and how you guys were able to come back and score again?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, we weathered their storm in the first quarter and came back with a good quarter in the second. We weathered it a little bit in that second or the third quarter and still had a lead going into the fourth. So that was a positive for us, and then it just became our inability to close it out in the fourth on the road, which is hard to do, right? But we're taking steps, and we're improving, and we're getting better, and that's what you want to do. And hopefully we can learn from this, use it, because when you play against a really good team, you know, they expose you in different ways that maybe a bad team doesn't, and that allows you to make yourself that much stronger. And so that's how we have to look at this game. I've got, you know, a young team still, you know, we're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores still, not as many as last year, but we're still playing a lot. And so there's just learning experiences for them, and it's their first time. Like it's Toby's first time through the ACC, and so, you know, she's continuing to get better and better, and you know, the more reps that she gets, she keeps improving.
Jaden?
Kara, the state came in averaging, you know, just 12 turnovers a game. Y'all had forced 12 at halftime. Obviously, they cleaned it up in the second half, but, you know, how do you build on that defensive success going forward, knowing that you're able to pressure, you know, a talented team like that?
Yeah, I think we just try to look at each possession and see, you know, were we assignment correct in the scheme, is how we look at it. So it doesn't really matter the opponent who we play. There's a specific scheme of what they're supposed to be doing, and then do they have adherence to that scheme as many times as possible. As a coach, knowing that they're going to mess up sometimes, right? You're not going to have 100% adherence every single possession. But you're shooting for that. That's the goal, and you're trying to get that as many times as possible. And then even when you get that sometimes, I mean, in basketball, like, they're still going to score because players make plays. We'll go back and look. I can't sit here and say, you know, we only were 50% of our possessions. We did the right things. Man, they just battled. Like, I just love them. Like, they battled and they fought it, and you know, they battled back, and you know, we had to, you know, we're a deep team, and we had to extend some people longer than usual because of the foul trouble, and so I think that definitely impacted our pressure in the second half. I'll be honest with you, because we didn't have the same energy that we normally do, and that's not an excuse. That's just a part of it, right? That's the way the game unfolded, and so hopefully next time we'll be able to know how to control it.
Got time for a couple more questions? Back over to Mark.
Really impressive scoring night from Taina, very efficient, especially from three. Can you talk about her, you know, her growing confidence, you know, as not only as a facilitator, but as a really effective scorer?
She's always been a good scorer. I mean, you know, even her freshman year in this league, she was a double-figure scorer, high assists. I mean, she's kind of took a back seat a little bit at the start of the year for us, just to feel out the team, and kind of we had some new offensive weapons, and like figure out like where's going to be her place, because as a point guard, that's your job first, is to make sure everybody gets going. And now I think she's starting to see the spots within the game that she can attack, and she can get open shots. And yeah, she's capable of going for 24. She did it multiple times for us last year. So I think she's been playing really well for us the last 3 weeks. Not just scoring, but like she's 5 assists, 0 turnovers again. Like, I don't know what her last month has been, but it's been like lights out with her assist to turnover ratio. She's doing a great job for us, and we're going to need that. I mean, you need great point guard play, you know, if you want to be a good team. And so I think T is coming on at the right time.
Last question to Marissa.
Coach, you've had 2 rivalry games. You've come up on the wrong side of both, but they've been very different vibes in both of the roads. And then your young team take on 2 rivals and kind of be able to play 2 very different style of games.
Yeah, I mean, road has been hard for us this year. You know, like all of our losses are on the road. You know, we have 5 losses there now. They're all on the road. I mean, listen, they're all against really good teams. It's not like they're against cupcakes. But that's a part of it. You know, we got a challenging schedule on the road. We still have more challenging games left in the league on the road, and that's just what it is. I mean, the teams that are towards the top of the standings, just by virtue of luck, we're all on the road against all of them. And you're only one time this year with everybody. So that's different. You know, normally we play over here and then we get these guys back, you know, at our place. And so that's all changed now. So for us, we're going to have to figure it out, because we play, there's plenty of top teams in our league, but if you look at the standings and you look at and see who we play a lot of them on the road. That's just what it is. And you know, we were able to get a good win last week against one of the top teams in Georgia Tech on the road, and we're going to have to do that in the month of February. We're going to have to go on the road and try and win some of these games against top teams.
All right, thanks, everyone.